The death toll has risen in South Texas. 8 people are dead after an SUV slammed into a crowd of people outside a migrant shelter.
At least 10 others were hurt. The driver now officially charged with manslaughter. KPRC 2's Kathy Hernandez joining us now live with the newest developments in this case. Kathy, good morning.
Good morning to you. Police just released the name of that driver. They say he is 34-year-old George Alvarez. As you said, he is being charged with 8 counts of manslaughter and 10 counts of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. They say his bond is set at $3.6 million right now. They say they are still investigating if this was an intentional act of violence.
Horrible.
A mass in honor of 8 lives lost in Brownsville. A local priest says they're helping migrants cope.
And we're going to celebrate a mass and sort of help them to kind of make sense, or just at least try to make regain some sense of perspective and peace in their lives, and to recognize that this is a terrible tragedy, an awful thing.
Police say a man in an SUV was drunk when he ran a red light and plowed into a group of people sitting at the bus stop outside a migrant shelter yesterday morning. Some people walking on the sidewalk were also hit. 8 people tragically died. 10 others were injured.
They were all from Venezuela. They were all young men that had already been there for a day or two and had contacted their families and had already bought their tickets to travel. And they were enthusiastic about being here already in the United States, and they're ready to go to meet their family.
Officials say the driver tried to run away, but witnesses held him until police arrived. They're investigating whether this was an intentional act against migrants. Cesar Espinosa with VL Houston says many migrants are increasingly living in fear.
We have to remind ourselves of these people's humanity. They had families. Some of them could have been the last hope for the family to make it out of a terrible situation in Venezuela, Mexico, and Honduras, and wherever they're coming from.
Brownsville has long been an epicenter for migration across the U.S.-Mexico border. This comes days after Secretary of Homeland Security Alejandro Mayorkas visited the area. Thousands are gathering at the border ahead of the lifting Thursday of Title 42, a COVID-era policy that restricted the number of migrants entering the country. Espinosa says this tragedy should be a wake-up call for lawmakers.
We really do need to stop polarizing the immigration issue and finally sit down and come to a compromise and a solution so that these things don't happen anymore.
And the city of Brownsville recently declared a state of emergency after receiving a surge of thousands of migrants over the past couple of weeks. Counselors now are available for other migrants there at that shelter. As they tell us, some of them witnessed the entire incident. Reporting live in Southwest Houston, Kathy Hernandez, KPRC 2 News.
Kathy, thank you.